Recording on this, and we should be live. All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the RoundUp podcast. I'm Jack.
And I'm RG.
And I'm Patrick.
And today we're back, Monday, October 7th. Week 4 of the NFL just concluded. So let's get into it. What game do you want to start with? There were some good games. Cowboys-Steelers, we could just kick it off with that. Sunday Night Football. What a thriller. 1 a.m. it was. It was 1 a.m. and we were still going crazy. In Cowboy, man, Dak Prescott, 2 picks, but hey, it ended up all right. That was a good throw at the end to Jalen Tolbert. I'm glad he got it. And I'm at the point with this Cowboys team where God bless you. I think the Cowboys, I think the talent's still there. I think it's so evident that the coach is holding back the talent. Am I wrong? Am I wrong to say that?
I mean, you guys won by the skin of your teeth against the Steelers. I mean, that's not really impressive, to be honest. I know the game was in Pittsburgh, but, I'm not really, impressed with that win. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But, I don't know. What's wrong with the Cowboys? What's holding them back? Because it's largely a very similar team. It's not a crazy different team. So.
I guess the question about that game, which, because you were watching it, I wasn't, but I saw a clip. What was the exchange with CD and Dak? Was it bad?
I don't know.
I couldn't really tell. I couldn't tell with that clip.
I don't know. Like you said, you couldn't really tell what was going on there, but CD was definitely unhappy with something, and Dak was kind of unresponsive to it, but that's a common theme in Dallas. CD's upset about things. CD's upset about not getting the ball, and rightfully so. At the beginning of last year, he wasn't getting the ball, and he started talking. He started really talking. His mom started tweeting. The fans were talking about it. Why is CeeDee Lamb not getting the ball? And all of a sudden, the ball started going to CeeDee Lamb, and the Cowboys started winning games. So when you have a talent like CeeDee Lamb complaining to get the ball, chances are you probably should get them the ball. You don't want to lose that kind of talent. You paid him for a reason. That kind of talent wins you football games. So whatever it was about, I'm sure Dak can do a better job getting the ball to Lamb, and I'm sure McCarthy can do a better job of drawing up plays. I don't think Dak's the issue right now. I'm very vocal on that. I don't think he's the issue. CeeDee Lamb's definitely not the issue. So it only traces back to one guy, Mike McCarthy.
Oh, he's a horrible head coach. I've been saying that for how long now?
Yeah.
And CeeDee Lamb had 2 rushing yards and 5 catches for 62 yards yesterday. And I just want to add something real quick. Your best player only getting five catches for 62 yards is unacceptable. I know Pittsburgh has a good defense, but come on now, that's just unacceptable.
Absolutely. It can't happen. How does that happen? How does that happen? Does he get locked up? I don't really think so. I don't think he was necessarily locked up. It's Mike McCarthy.
Yeah, that's definitely the issue.
Well, they have Joey Porter Jr., Minka Fitzpatrick, then they have Dante Jackson. I mean, Pittsburgh's defense, their corners are pretty good.
Minka's good.
Well, yeah, Joey Porter Jr. is good too. So, that's still no excuse for the best wide receiver in the NFL. So.
That's what I'm saying. You think you're the best receiver in the NFL? I don't know. Put him 10 catches, 100 yards, and a touchdown. But it's not his fault. It really is. It is not his fault. Mike McCarthy, I don't have enough words to say about that guy. I really don't, because he's a terrible head coach. This offense brings nothing to the table. What? Kevontae Turpin, Jalen Tolbert, CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks. That's not a horrible receiving group. It's not a horrible receiving group. Jalen Tolbert's shown his potential. Kevontae Turpin, why is he not being utilized in a Devon Achane-like role? The way Mike McDaniel uses speedy guys like Devon Achane, why is obviously Turpin's not a running back, but why is Turpin not utilized more? Why is he not out there with the ball in his hands? Why is he not out there being drawn up to get open more? Happens sometimes. He gets a lot of touchdowns. He gets a lot of touchdowns on not a lot of plays. So, I don't know. Make it make sense, man.
Well, the Cowboys have no running attack at all. Yeah, Rico down, whatever his last name is. Rico he ran for 20 yards, 89 yards. 20 rushes, 89 yards, and I'm not really impressed.
I don't know. I was impressed by Cowdo. That's a guy I was impressed by last night. He was running well. He's running well, and we don't have running backs that can run well behind this offensive line besides Rico Dowdle. Ezekiel Elliott's not the guy.
Well, he stinks.
Deuce Vaughn's not the guy. I mean, both of those guys aren't very good. So it ends up being Rico Dowdle has to be the guy, the workhorse back. And, we were saying he wasn't good enough, but he rushed pretty well against a good Steelers defense last night. This is a good Steelers defense. They're good at stopping the run. You got to give credit where it's due. Rico Dowdle had a good game last night.
Well, let me add your point here. For number one, it was the conditions were terrible. The field conditions were very bad last night. Okay? So that may have something to do with it. I'm still not confident in this Dallas Cowboys running attack. I'm not confident with anything with these Cowboys. They got to play the Lions, the Niners, the Falcons, the Eagles, the Texans, the Commanders. They're going 2-4 with that schedule. They're not beating the Commanders. I'll tell you that right now. They might beat the Lions at home. They might beat the Falcons. And they might beat the Eagles. But they're not beating the Niners or Texans. I don't think so.
It's the same thing we've been talking about, right? Like, they have to move on. Mike McCarthy has to leave. And they need a new coach. They need a new system. They need to do everything. If it's not going to change, like, maybe they get in the playoffs. I mean, like you just said, that's a tough stretch for them. But even if they make the playoffs, it's going to be the same thing again. In my personal opinion, I don't know.
Yeah, we're not going to do much in the playoffs this year if we never have before.
We're not going to make the playoffs this year.
Yeah, we really shouldn't. We're probably the third, maybe second best team in the division, but the other one that we're competing with, the Philadelphia Eagles, who used to be a very good team, are obviously also horribly coached. Jalen Hurts is fine, but he's not taking this team over. He's not taking this team over. He needs everything to be perfect, just like Dak Prescott. Like, to succeed as a quarterback, these guys need everything to be perfect. It took a guy like Matthew Stafford to have a near perfect roster and an elite head coach around him to win a Super Bowl. And Mahomes too. Mahomes has one of the greatest head coaches we've ever seen, and he also has Travis Kelce and all of these guys. Spagnuolo on defense with Chris Jones, and talent continues to recycle through Kansas City. So quarterbacks need everything around them good. Like, quarterbacks need good situations around them to succeed. It's that simple. And those are two teams, Philly and Dallas right now, who, they have their quarterback, but they don't have their coach. And Washington, it's kind of weird. They seem to have everything going. And I'm putting Washington as the best team in the NFC East right now. Philly and Dallas, I'm not sure if either of those teams are a playoff team.
Well, let me put it this way. The way the Commanders are playing right now, they win the division, okay? Because the Eagles with Nick Sirianni, the Cowboys with Mike McCarthy, they can't win. These two guys are not, like, I keep quoting on the podcast, obviously, but these two guys are, let's just say, horrible. Horrible play calls, late game situations, don't know what they're doing. Nick Sirianni has the top 8 kicker in the NFL, maybe even top 5, arguably. He doesn't even want to take the points. Never wants to take the points. And Jake Elliott's got to be more frustrated with that. You want to go for it on 4th and 3, 4th and 1, 4th and 5, whatever. And they don't get it. They don't convert it. They don't convert these big 4th down plays. And you know whose fault that is? Nick Sirianni's for going for it. Because if you put up points, the Eagles would be in a much better position right now. They could have won way more football games, or at least 1 or 2 more. I'll tell you that right now.
Absolutely. But, are either of these teams going to do anything about it? Are they going to fire the head coaches? Are they going to get somebody else better?
No.
Doesn't seem like it. It really doesn't, and it's really unfortunate. Guys like Ben Johnson are going to be on the market next year. Bill Belichick's going to be on the market next year. Mike Vrabel. Those are 3 guys that, if these teams don't bring in, you're kidding yourself. What are you doing?
Is Bill Belichick going to be on the market? Because that's the thing. It's because, he wants everything. He wants control of everything.
That's what I'm saying.
And nowadays, back in the day, obviously, that's fine because the NFL is different. But, nowadays, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, let me go back to some point. I'm looking at the Eagles here, right? They won a lucky game at the Saints. They got blown out at the Bucs. The Falcons beat them because Barkley couldn't catch the ball. But if you kick the field goal on 4th and 1 and 4th and 3 in that game, you wouldn't have had a situation like that. You would have up 9 to 12 points.
Yeah.
And then the Packers game, that was a fluke. Jordan Love got hurt, but that was a fluke. Listen to me. If listen, if they ever played the Packers right now, the Packers beat them by 2 touchdowns. That was a fluke. And those field conditions were horrible. So, I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of factors that go into it. I don't know. I don't think the Eagles or Cowboys are beating the Commanders this year, though. Very confident saying that.
Okay. Question about the coaching. And so we're just trying to fix some audio difficulties that we're having on the radio station right now. But, like, I don't know. I feel like the Commanders are definitely the best team in the league. That one's not working. Yeah, no, those aren't working. Those don't work. I mean, maybe that one's working.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Yo, is that working?
Yeah, it's working.
All right, perfect.
Yeah, it sounded like it.
You can keep talking. I'm just fixing it. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt.
We good, right?
You can keep talking.
Oh, sure. But anyways, we're like, you know who the best quarterback in that division is right now?
Jaden Daniels.
Absolutely.
Obviously. Yeah.
Well, I want to make sure we're on the same page.
No, yeah, we are. Trust me, we are.
All right,
Jaden,
I want to make sure.
I honestly, I mean, it may be a little early to be getting into this, but I think Jaden Daniels is a top 10 quarterback in the league right now, at least.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, like, Mahomes, Allen, Lamar, Burrow, Stroud. But other than that, Herbert, Love, are these guys better than Jaden Daniels?
No.
I know Jaden Daniels has only played 4 games, and that's the thing, and well aware of it.
Oh, they're 4-1. So
but he's playing better than anyone in the league right now. He's the MVP.
Whoa.
Jaden Daniels is the MVP of the NFL right now. 100%. He's playing better than anyone in the league right now at the quarterback position.
Lamar Jackson been on fire. I know they're 3-2.
They're 3-2, and I mean, he needs a run game.
You see the stats Lamar Jackson been putting up?
See Jaden Daniels?
Yeah, I'm looking. If we go stat by stat, I mean, it's close, but I don't know. I was gonna say Sam Darnold, but we'll get to that game later. He played horrible versus the Jets, so I mean, he dropped in the ranking. The Chiefs, I mean, we'll see what Mahomes does tonight, but I don't think Mahomes belongs there. But
yeah. I saw some stat. I mean, I never really thought about this or whatever, but does Mahomes struggle on Monday Night Football? That's what people have been saying, but is that a thing? I swear I saw that on Instagram.
It's not true.
While you're looking that up, I'm trying to look at the catch.
He's 7-3.
I'm trying to look at the catch
struggle
from the Dolphins and the Patriots yesterday.
It's not a touchdown.
What was it at the 1 minute mark? Where? Oh,
yes,
here it is.
Yes, let me
there's a lot of stupid rules in the NFL.
That was a catch.
No, it was not.
Absolutely should have been.
Are you serious?
How was that not a catch?
Look at that. That's a catch.
You have to have your back heel down.
That's stupid.
That's the rule.
That's stupid.
That's
stupid, and it's not clarified enough.
So what? Apparently you can't. Can you not drag a toe now?
I guess
Apparently
not. I guess
that
not.
is unacceptable, dude.
And dude, I know the rules pretty well. Okay, no, I'm not a casual fan.
Okay.
That's
so
stupid.
a toe tap. If you compare a Tyler Lockett toe tap catch compared to that catch yesterday, it's 2 different completely things.
That's so stupid.
That's legit horrible. A catch. I'm watching it right now.
Horrible.
I'm going by the rule.
Patriots got robbed yesterday.
Why is that the rule? Why is that the rule?
I mean, yeah, it should be a catch, but in the rule book, it's not a catch.
That's insane.
It's not a catch.
Since when?
Because the back heel didn't go down.
But that makes no sense. That's so.
Well, I mean, this is what the NFL has now.
I know, but
listen. 5 to 10 years ago, that's a catch. Now it's not.
I feel like we can't really complain that much because we got away with so many calls during the dynasty, but it's still you got to call that's legit a touchdown.
Yeah. You know why they didn't call that too? They want Miami to be in playoff contention still. Okay, they know the NFL knows they're not going to get anywhere with the Patriots winning that game yesterday.
Well,
you can't have the Dolphins.
That was another reason why you know how I feel about the NFL.
I mean, now I'm going to kind of go into your side, if it's the rule, but it's a terrible rule.
But I agree, it is. No, that's a horrible rule.
Yeah.
If you have 2 toes touching the grass, it should be a touchdown.
I thought it was.
But in the rule book, you have to have your back heel on that certain type of catch, which is kind of crazy. But that's the rule.
Why
I don't
did that
know.
become a rule?
To be honest with you, if that was Travis Kelce, they call that a catch. That's how biased the NFL is.
I don't know about that.
I think so.
Maybe.
I think so. I'm very confident with saying that.
To be honest, maybe. You never know. These Chiefs.
But you know what's very sad if the Patriots even had a mediocre O-line, I would say put Drake May in there, but you can't. You just can't put him in there. It's sad.
Okay.
He is so much better than Jacoby Brissett. It's not even funny.
Also, my brother kind of made like a good suggestion late in the game when I was watching it with him.
Yeah.
He said you should have put in Joe Milton with like a minute left when they got the ball back, just because he can zing the ball and get it to the end zone.
Honestly, I would put Joe.
Like, he couldn't like. I mean, I get like they ran out of time at the end, but dude, like out to open field, you gotta know how much time's left. Just zing it to the end zone, bro. Like.
Okay, but
I don't know.
Joe
Milton can zing the ball. I would have put him in, bro. I would have put him in the game in that situation.
Listen. Here's what I would have done yesterday, okay? In the second half, Jacoby Brissett, in the first half, he didn't do anything. The second half, put Joe Milton in there. Get a little bit of entertainment in there. Because watching Jacoby Brissett
he looks so washed playing.
It's like me taking a nap on the couch. This is how boring. Oh my god,
Jacoby Brissett looks so washed.
Yeah, he's not that good.
Hopefully, Drake May's our guy. But oh my.
Well, if just listen, I was trying to tell Pat Casey this yesterday.
Oh, the season's over.
Okay, no. Because some of you biased, diehard Patriots fans are so biased. It's incredible. You got to build from the bottom up. Okay, you got to look from the front office standpoint. You saw what Detroit did? Did you see what Detroit did in the draft the past few years? They're going to be a dynasty. Well, maybe not a dynasty, but they're going to be good for the next 5 to 10 years. Okay? They drafted Penny Sewell. They drafted Amon-Ra St. Brown. They drafted Jahmyr Gibbs. They drafted Jameson Williams. They got Jared Goff in the trade with the Stafford trade. Come on. They built their offense from the bottom up.
They're not going to tank, though. They're not going to tank. They're going to continue. I mean, dude, like
the Patriots can't win.
No, but like I know I watch the games though, and it's not like it's not like you're watching them and it's like, oh, they're tanking. They're actually trying.
They're trying.
Their offensive line is so bad.
Listen, they got to put the Texans.
I know the Texans are going to smoke.
They're going to win by 2 touchdowns. Then they're going to have to put the Jaguars. We're not beating the Jaguars either. Then we're going to put the Jets again. I actually think we could beat them that game. Then we're going to play at the Titans. At the Bears. They're going to beat us by 3 touchdowns. Then the Rams at home. The Patriots at the Dolphins. The Patriots at home versus the Colts. The Patriots at the Cardinals. Patriots at Buffalo. That might beat us by 4 touchdowns. Buffalo.
So are we? Yeah,
Patriots, Chargers. They could win that. And then the Bills at home against the Patriots. Listen, man. Come on, Patriots fans. You got to build the team from the bottom up like Detroit did. We're going to stink for the next 2 to 3 years. All right?
That's what I'm saying.
This is what you need to realize. We had a dynasty in the making, but it's time. It's time.
It's not time yet. It's not time yet because the Patriots are 32nd in pressure rate and 33rd in sack rate.
Oh, no, I'm saying, I said it's time to, this is the rebuilding time.
What it's not time for is it's not time to start Drake May.
No, absolutely not. That's what I said. It's going to take time.
32nd in pressure rate, 33rd in sack rate. That's horrible. You want to put Drake May out there? No. Keep Jacoby Brissett out there. That's the reason he's here. You want to put that's the exact reason Drake May is on the bench right now, and I don't know why people can't keep that in mind. You want to throw him out there? You want to throw your most valuable asset out there?
You want to throw your
that's
best
an investment.
Actually, no, not your most. Your best player. He's the best player on this team.
Your most valuable investment.
Listen, this guy hasn't even played an NFL regular season game, and I still think he's the best player on this team, which is crazy to say.
He not the best player on the team. He's the most valuable asset, though.
Oh, actually, I take that back. I take that back. Christian Gonzalez.
I could tell you 5 to 10 that are better. I mean, just being real. Jabril Peppers, which...
Wow.
Let's not talk about Jabril Peppers right now. Christian Gonzalez.
Yep,
there's multiple guys on that defense. Jawan Bentley.
On the offensive side of the ball. Okay, on the offensive side of the ball.
Andre Stevenson. There's a few guys. Hunter Henry. Michael Wenner.
Out of all those guys, Drake May has the most potential.
Absolutely.
And
exactly. He's the most valuable asset.
He's your 3rd overall pick. He's going to be a best player. You know that.
Yeah, you don't throw him out there behind the 33rd pass rate or 33rd.
I seen him play QB. I seen them play in the preseason.
So
line's bottom of the league.
As Boston sports fans, we really need the Celtics and the Bruins back. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Red Sox didn't make the playoffs. The Patriots are not going to make the playoffs.
Transitioning.
We'll talk about BC football in a little bit, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, we need that too.
Oh, man.
Transitioning into some more NFL, I want to ask this question. Could Devontae Adams save the Jets? I don't think so. I don't think it's worth a second-round pick. I think this Jets team is a failed experiment.
Actually, you know what? Go ahead. Sorry.
Like, I don't think it's worth a second-round pick. I think it's a failed experiment in New York. Rodgers does not look like the same player that he was in Green Bay. They can't run the ball like they were supposed to. Can't defend like they were supposed to. The coaching sucks. A wide receiver is not going to save this team.
Listen, Devontae Adams is worth a third-round pick, especially at this point in his career. He's 31 years old. He's now maybe a second-round pick, but if I'm trading for a second-round pick, like if I was Buffalo, I would do a second-round pick because Josh Allen can use somebody like him. Or Baltimore, I would trade a second-round pick. But the Jets trade a second-round pick? Are you insane?
No.
The Jets.
No.
The Jets. Aaron Rodgers is nowhere near Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson at this point in his career.
A 31-year-old receiver turning 32 is not going to save this Jets team.
No, but he could save Buffalo.
He could save Buffalo. He could bring Baltimore over the hump.
Yes, I agree with that. That I agree with.
Baltimore or Buffalo, maybe Kansas City.
I would love to see Josh Allen with Adams. I would.
I'm in agreement with you. I'm in agreement on that.
Help him.
What do you think, Pat? Like, is it worth it? I don't think it's worth it for the Jets.
The Jets, obviously, like, that connection was so dominant in, like, Green Bay. I just don't know. What would you sign him for, like, a year? Because Rodgers, I don't even think Rodgers has 2 more years left.
Well, yeah, that's the thing.
To be really honest, I think you're right about the Bills thing. I think you put them, they would be absolutely stacked.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely stacked. I think he would work on the Ravens, too. But, speaking of the Ravens, they beat the Bengals this weekend. We'll talk about the Bengals for a little bit, but man, oh man, I don't know. They've been struggling a lot. Like, I watched the game, like the Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow connection's back. They just made too many mistakes. They should have won that game.
Joe Burrow leads the league in touchdowns with 12, while only throwing.
They shouldn't be 1-4.
They shouldn't. Burrow leads the league in touchdowns with 12, while only throwing 2 interceptions, which is outside of the top 25 in quarterbacks for picks thrown. Yet they're 1-4.
Now they play the Giants, the Browns, the Eagles, and the Raiders. They could get back to 4-4. That's not the.
It's very lucky that they're playing them.
It's the Giants, the Browns, the Eagles, and the Raiders. They could.
That's 5-4 right there.
That's what I mean. Like you.
Or 4-5.
I don't think their season's over.
They're not making the Super Bowl. I'll tell you that.
No. Because some teams get off to slow starts, and they're gonna bounce back. How I feel about the Bengals, I don't know. I don't know about the Super Bowl, but they can maybe make the playoffs. The way they're playing right now, no, not the Super Bowl, but I don't.
Let me get this straight. They have the same record as the Patriots.
Yeah, but if I'm a Cincinnati Bengals fan, and I don't know who is, obviously we aren't, but if you're a fan, I think you're a little concerned, but I don't think you're totally worried. If we had Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, I personally wouldn't be worried.
So I'm saying, because you still have Burrow and Chase.
Yeah.
And Higgins.
And it's not we're going to suck next year. No. They're still going to be good for longevity.
You're missing a key point. There's 2 sides of the ball. They have a bottom 5 defense in the NFL. Okay. There's 2 sides of the football.
I know.
So if their defense is going to keep giving up 30 points per game, wherever they're giving up, they're going to be under 500 this year. It's just simple. There's 2 sides of the football.
Yeah.
The Commanders put 40-plus in their head. Baltimore put 40-plus in their head. The Chiefs had almost 30. Who else put a lot of points against them? I'm blanking out here. But let me go to their schedule real quick. I want to talk about their defense. Hold on. Okay. I'm looking at this schedule, right? The Panthers put 24 points up against them? Really? The Panthers? You had the Patriots score 16 against you. The Patriots? Might as well put me out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's just...
Yeah, dude, the Bengals are not... it's the defense. It's the defense. It's not the offense. Burrow leads the league in touchdowns, and he's outside of the top 25 in picks thrown. Yet they're 1-4. It's the defense. They got shredded. Jaden Daniels is really good. But man, they got shredded by a rookie quarterback playing in his 3rd game ever, his first primetime game ever, and it was a massacre. This defense is terrible. This run game is not even mediocre. no matter how good Burrow, Chase, and Higgins are, and they may be the best trio in the league, it's not going to get them into the Super Bowl. It's probably not going to get them into the playoffs, especially with their inability to stay healthy.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Burrow and Chase don't seem happy at all right now.
No,
I don't blame them.
I don't blame them at all. Ravens at Commanders. That is next week. That is Sunday. That is a huge game.
It's a Sunday football?
It's not. I'm
What?
pretty sure they're trying to flex it, but no, it's Giants,
It's a
Bengals.
1 p.m. game.
What?
1 p.m. game.
Nobody wants to watch the Giants and Bengals on Sunday Night Football.
Tell me
Come
about
on,
it, dude.
NFL.
Tell me about it.
Do something about that. Where's the game? At the Commanders or Baltimore?
I believe it's in Baltimore. No, it's in Washington.
Oh, it is?
It's in
Ooh,
Washington.
they can win that game.
They can. They
I hope
absolutely
they
can.
do. I'm rooting for them. So
Speaking of the Giants, are they finally turning the corner? Daniel Jones is getting going. Malik Neighbors is the centerpiece of that franchise. Wan'Dale Robinson, I mean,
yeah.
they look like they can run the ball a little bit more. They look like they can defend. I mean, as long as the offensive line holds up, are they finally turning the corner? Can they stick with Daniel Jones, who they obviously paid? And, he's found a connection with Malik Neighbors.
Seattle was a very big disappointment on Sunday. Very, very big disappointment. You lost to the Giants without Devin Singletary and Malik Neighbors. You should be ashamed of yourself. If I was coaching that team, I'll make them run up the stairs of the football stands.
Mm-hmm.
I'll make them run stairs for losing that game. I'll make them do as much conditioning and much painful practice. Like, you can't lose a game like that. If I was coaching that team, I'll probably throw something off the wall. That's how embarrassed you should be with that game yesterday.
I was upset. I had a 4-leg parlay that I put on my TikTok. It was Seahawks. It was
Green Bay.
Commanders. It was the Packers, and it was what was the other game? It was
You won the other one easy.
I had Commanders. I had Packers, and I had Seahawks in the late games, and then I had the Commanders, and I had who else did I have?
Chicago?
No, I did not have Chicago. It was not the Vikings or the Texans or the Chiefs. I don't know, but yeah, it obviously fell through because of the Seahawks, though. It was really disappointing. Something else I want to talk about: the Browns were 0-12 on third down yesterday. How close is Watson to being benched? Because 0-12 on third down? Are we kidding?
Oh, I think you're the Broncos.
No, I'm thinking of the Browns.
Did he like
No, I'm
walk?
thinking about the we parlay yesterday.
Who did Denver play?
The Raiders.
No.
You didn't
Wait.
have that?
No.
Did he walk out of the stadium, or did he just walk to the bench? Because I saw that clip on TikTok, and I thought he was going to walk out of the stadium, but I don't think he did. Deshaun
No.
Watson?
I don't think he walked out of the
Listen.
stadium. But
No.
You targeted Mari Cooper 10 times, and he had 4 catches. How? He's a top 10, top 15 wide receiver with an
Dude.
average QB.
Deshaun Watson isn't good anymore.
He's not even average. He's a bottom 5 QB.
He was before. I'm not going to talk about it.
Well, no, don't talk about it. I'm
I'm
saying,
not
like,
mentioning that, but like once that happened, he's not. He has not been the same quarterback.
oh, he's terrible.
He's
He's
awful.
terrible.
just got a notification. Apparently Rice's injuries in his back.
Oh
Wow.
Not looking like a torn ACL. Check your notifications because I don't want to mess up this recording. But check it because it looks like the Chiefs are in a decent situation. It was the Jaguars. I had the Jaguars yesterday and they won. Because I was so confident against the Richardson-less and Taylor Lewis Colts. I was like, all right, give me that. Let's see what else we got.
And then, Jabril Peppers got arrested this morning.
He did. He had some
In Braintree, which I didn't even know. I'm like, oh, okay.
he had some very serious substances. Assault and battery with a
Football
deadly
over.
weapon.
Did he play on Sunday?
Yeah.
It's like, what are we doing? What in the world are we
I know.
doing?
What are we doing?
God,
That is bad.
a stat.
Yeah,
that,
he's done. He's gonna get caught.
Mhm.
It's bad.
Yeah. I mean, he's a really good NFL player. He's a really good safety. It's really unfortunate. I don't know what we're doing, but check out this stat. In weeks 1 through 4, Caleb Williams was 5 of 29, 70%, with 3 picks on passes of at least 15 air yards. That's terrible. He's terrible down the field. But both marks of these ranked bottom of the NFL amongst qualified QBs. But against the Panthers yesterday, Williams was 4 for 4 on deep passes for 108 yards and 2 touchdowns. So huge turning point yesterday for Chicago. Caleb Williams found DJ Moore in the end zone twice, Caleb finally finding his groove in the NFL. Albeit against the Panthers defense, terrible, especially after losing Shaq Thompson for the season, one of their standout guys. But it's a turning point for the Bears. He balled out on an NFL defense. Like I said, 5 of 29, 3 picks, 15-plus air yards in the first 4 weeks. Against the Panthers, 4-4, 108 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's pretty impressive. Good for Caleb. Another stat, when the Texans pressured Bills quarterback Josh Allen, he went 1 for 14. Allen ended the game with the lowest completion percentage, 30% in a game, with at least 30 attempts in the last 30 seasons. In the first half, he was 0 for 6 under pressure. While that's true, Josh Allen has thrown 0 interceptions this season while throwing 8 touchdowns. If you watch that Bills-Texans game yesterday, it is clear that receivers are dropping passes. They're not getting open. Keon Coleman's a big-body guy, but he can't create separation. Khalil Shakir was out yesterday. That is true. But Devontae Adams, you add Adams to that trio with Coleman and Shakir, guys like Curtis Samuel coming off the bench, Kincaid and Knox at the tight end position, James Cook catching those checkdowns. Devontae Adams, I think, is a need for the Bills at this point. I think I don't think it's a want anymore. I think it's a need. I think the Bills should give up a third and a fourth. I think they should try to not give up their second. But, hey, if you have to give up a second and receive something back in exchange for Devontae Adams, you do it in this situation because the defense is there. Like I just said, everything except that receiver position is there. Help Allen. Don't waste another year of his prime.
We want to put it this way. The Chiefs are banged up. The Bengals are not playing good. C.J. Stroud, I think he could be better. I think he could be playing better, but we can save that for later. Okay? This is the best opportunity the Bills have. The AFC's kind of weak right now. You go and get Adams, game changer.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me see. The Texans' running game, though, that's actually one more thing I want to talk about. Stroud, while he can look better at times, he does make mistakes, and the Texans have not been flawless throughout the first 5 games of the season, or 4 games of the season. Was this week 5?
Yes.
Okay, so they've played 5 games. So C.J. Stroud, him and the Texans could have been better through these first 5 weeks, but they're not running the ball effectively, and that puts so much pressure on Stroud that's gonna his turnover numbers are gonna go up.
Oh yeah.
Their wins are gonna go down. It's that simple. When you can't run the ball, teams are more alert for your passing game. So not only are you not going to be able to set up your passing game with, more favorable situations, being able to run the ball, teams aren't going to be extra, they're not going to care about your run game. They're not going to respect it. So it's going to make it harder to pass in every single way possible. So when a team is running the ball like the Texans are, C.J. Stroud's going to look a little bit worse. And bad news for the Texans, Nico Collins looking like a multi-week injury. He's been one of the most explosive receivers in the league. This duo between Stroud and Collins has been exceptional. So hopefully Collins can get back. Who do the Texans have this week?
Patriots.
They have the Patriots. They should win that. But you never know. Maybe it's a bounce back for the Patriots. Maybe it's a little trap game.
No.
You never know.
No. You could be nice as a Cowboys fan.
Hey, the Patriots are a team who can defend, so.
Yeah, they lost their safety forever now, so Pepper's just gone.
That's true. Bentley's up for the season too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you guys are. Do not put Drake May in, because if you put Drake May in between the worst, behind the worst offensive line in the league, and he doesn't look good, and you have the number 1 pick, and you're gonna have a lot of people saying to draft a guy like Quinn Ewers or Shedeur Sanders or someone.
If you have the first overall pick, draft a quarterback. I'm transferring teams.
Or what if a team like the Bengals, not that this is going to happen, what if a team in general is looking to get rid of their quarterback and restart? What about the Cowboys? What if, teams...
If we draft Shedeur Sanders, I don't know if I can be a fan.
What if teams are calling for Drake May? What if teams are calling for the first overall pick? It's going to be interesting.
Listen, if the Patriots get first pick, listen. You trade down, okay? You absolutely trade down. You get multiple first-round picks if you can.
Absolutely.
You get your offensive line. Actually, I'm going to pick 2 offensive linemen in the first round.
Honestly, I probably would too.
That's what they need.
It's the most important position in the sport, and the Patriots have the worst one in the sport. Make it make sense, New England.
The most important position.
Anything else for NFL?
I do want to talk about the MVP race real quick. Sam Darnold's 5-0. C.J. Stroud is in there. Patrick Mahomes is in there and undefeated. But Jaden Daniels is the standout player of this year throughout 4 weeks, throughout 5 weeks in the NFL. We'll see what Patrick Mahomes has to say about that against the Saints tonight. But Jaden Daniels is the current MVP of the league. He's creeping into the top 10, maybe the top 5 of the NFL in quarterback ranking. He's the MVP.
Baker Mayfield been playing well, too.
He has.
He has. Lastly, the Chiefs Saints tonight. Who do we got? The Chiefs have been in some close ones. They're 4-0.
I'm thinking the Saints.
Oh, my God.
Well,
the Chiefs, man.
I think the Chiefs tonight are the Chiefs this season are the first team to win all their games. Like they've won all their games within the score of a touchdown. Yep. I think they're the first 4-0 team to ever do that. So impressive for the Chiefs. They have the Saints tonight. They've dropped 2 in a row.
Oh, I would never. You listen to me. You would never catch me betting against the Chiefs. Never.
I don't blame you.
But I do think New Orleans is desperate for a win tonight. They're 2-2. I think they go into Kansas City and actually beat them in an upset. I'm going to take the Saints. The Chiefs don't have Rice. They don't have Marquise Brown. They don't have Pacheco. They have so many guys out. Honestly, I get the Saints tonight.
I don't blame you, dude.
All right, you guys ready?
I'm going to pick the Chiefs. That's all I'm going to say.
Well, I mean, it's a safe pick.
Let's get into some college football.
All right, so before I start this, I just want to say I wasn't focused on this week at all. I just want to read some games on the schedule just for a little bit. So we had Alabama and Vanderbilt. Just think about that. Just think about that for a second. Alabama against Vanderbilt.
You think Alabama's going to win?
Hasn't beat Bama in 23 years.
Crazy, dude.
And then there's some other games. Missouri, Texas A&M. We also had Michigan, Washington, USC, Minnesota, Miami, California. Going into that week, do you think it's going to be a good week? No. I thought this was going to be the worst college football week ever. Turns out it wasn't. It was maybe the greatest week, and we'll start off with Alabama and Vanderbilt. I mean, I'm shook. Alabama was hung over that whole entire week. After they beat Georgia, they just thought they could cakewalk into Vanderbilt. And Jalen Milroe struggled. And SEC football is just different. SEC football is really different. Kirby Smart said it yesterday. Every game you play in the SEC is a hard game. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
So
you can't argue with it, dude. Vanderbilt is an SEC team.
Alabama, I think they're still going to make the playoffs, and maybe it was just a game. And they're like, oh, we're going to walk in here like we do all the time. And Nick Saban said it was the easiest place to play in college football. And, with these unranked teams, with these teams, they have nothing to lose. Vanderbilt's not going to make the playoff.
Exactly, dude. They
have nothing to lose. So they go out, they play their A game, and they played their A game. They played phenomenal. They rushed that field.
Coming into the game, what were the chances of that happening? Alabama had to be minus 1,000 plus.
I did not give anything about that game. I was like, whatever. Even when Vanderbilt went up 13-0, I'm like, all right, first half, Bama does that.
They're going to be good. That's what you're thinking.
I was like, Bama's going to put up 42 the rest of the game. And then second half started, and it's 29-17 Vanderbilt. I'm like, oh my God, is this going to happen? And then, it did. And Vanderbilt just continued to dominate, especially that run game. Alabama defense did not play well. How I feel about Alabama right now, I'm not worried. Not worried at all. It's fine.
You're not?
They have the best receiver in the country. I don't know if you saw that catch he made.
I did, but you're not worried about them?
No.
At all?
I'm not.
That's got to take them out of the top 10.
Playoff-wise, well, actually read off the AP poll, which is the AP poll. It's horrendous. It was Texas, Ohio State, Oregon, Penn State, Georgia, Miami, Alabama, Tennessee, Ole Miss, Clemson. That's just the top 10 for now. Why in the world is Georgia ahead of Bama?
Right? Bama
beat Georgia. That doesn't make sense. The Associated Press is so bad.
Yeah, 100%.
It's so bad.
Hey, we know that, though.
Yeah, the college football playoff ring is the only thing that matters. Anyway, that was crazy. Shout out Vanderbilt. Shout out that city. Place is going crazy. Imagine walking around with the goalposts in the city of Nashville. That must be so awesome.
It's insane.
Vanderbilt's in Nashville. So
it's obviously a baseball school, but they'll go crazy for a win at Bama.
That's crazy. Another game I'll get into, Missouri at Texas A&M. I mean, I'm completely shocked by this. Texas A&M won 41-10.
Yeah, that was not supposed to happen.
No, it wasn't supposed to happen at all. And I thought Missouri was honestly going to win. And, I mean, Texas A&M just destroyed them. Where does Missouri go from here? I don't know. I'm kind of more worried about them. I think they might go to the playoff race.
This was a game that, maybe Missouri, could draw. Maybe it could be a close game.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a game they were supposed to lose by 30. It wasn't a game they were supposed to lose by 20. It wasn't a game they were supposed to lose.
Yeah.
At the end of the day. So, I mean, where are they ranked now? AP? They definitely fall out of the top 10. Did they fall out of the top 15?
They're number 21, so they fell a lot. They fell a lot.
See, I don't know about that because Texas A&M isn't a horrible team. They're not a horrible team.
Yeah.
It's an SEC.
It is, and that's a tough place to play.
That's what I'm saying.
That's a tough place to play.
Why do they drop to 21 and Bama doesn't come out of the top 10?
I know.
That doesn't make sense to me.
No, it's that. I mean, I don't care. Like, I don't really care about it because I will sometimes make my own poll, and I can make it. Anybody can make a better poll than 8 people. It's pretty easy. If you watch college football and you pay attention, it's not that hard.
That's what I'm saying.
And Iowa and Ohio State. I watched a little bit of that game. I watched the first half. If Iowa had an offense, man.
Right?
If Iowa had an offense, they could actually be competing, but they don't. Ohio State won 35-7. I mean, that's just Iowa's defense. I mean, in the first half, obviously their defense can't withhold this phenomenal Ohio State offense, but I feel like you're going to be able to put up at least 21 points. I don't know, at least 14, 28 points.
Put up 14, dude.
Right?
Come on, do something.
And then, next game, Washington, which I'm still kind of shocked at. I mean, they did not play well last week at all. They beat Michigan, which obviously I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
Michigan now has 2 losses on the season, 27-17. I'm pretty speechless by that. I'm shocked. And Minnesota beat USC, which I didn't think was going to happen. But then again,
it's
USC, it's their first year in the Big Ten. They don't really have an offensive line. I mean, Miller Moss is getting destroyed out there. And then, last but not least, actually got 2 more games, and then we're going to next week. But Arkansas beat Tennessee. Tennessee couldn't score points. It's SEC football, man. The defenses are phenomenal.
Yeah.
They just are. Absolutely phenomenal. And then Miami came back from 35-10.
I saw that. Cam Ward.
Ward rallies the squad back from 25 down.
Did you see that?
I will say that was targeted towards the end of the game. Miami got away with that. Now, if that's targeting, that's 15 extra yards. Maybe that game's over. I still maybe think Miami gets a stop, but they get a call target in there. It was a really bad call. I watched the highlights yesterday, but this is why I say it, but that's just one of the reasons why college football is the greatest sport on earth. It's because I thought it was going to be a bad week. I'm like, I have to watch this week. This week's going to be awful. And then it's an amazing week. And I love it, man. And nothing beats it. And then week 7, 8, 9. Actually, every week for the rest of the year is great. And now we'll get into week 7. We got a few games. At 3:30, we got number 4 Penn State at USC. That's on CBS. Big game. This is probably a bigger weekend. I don't know if it's going to top last weekend, but college football has done some crazy stuff. Penn State. I watched the Penn State game last week. They played a phenomenal defense. UCLA is not that good. Their offense honestly looks better. This Penn State defense is going to destroy this offensive line that USC has. It's going to be close though. Because Miller Moss is still a great quarterback. I think he's a great quarterback, and I don't know. Penn State offense is still a little shaky. Give me Penn State, but by no means, I don't think it's going to be a blowout.
I'm taking Penn State by 17.
17? Okay. I respect that. But yeah, Penn State has USC, Wisconsin on the road, and they have Penn State at home. So a very, very tough 3-week stretch, which is going to be tough for them. And then moving on, Quinn Ewers is back, which I'm excited about. And they're the number 1 team in the country. It's the Red River rivalry, Texas and Oklahoma. This game is always a shootout. I kind of feel like Texas is going to blow them out because I don't think Oklahoma is that good. But then again, I always say that, and like last year I said that and Oklahoma won. So, I mean, I think it's going to be a close game again.
Hey,
this game's always close.
This should be Texas.
Also, Quinn Ewers is like coming back from injury, so how good is he going to be?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm taking Texas. I think they're going to play. I think they're going to play well. I think they get revenge on Oklahoma. But this game is going to be a shootout, like it always is.
I'm taking Texas.
But yeah, well, kind of a little scary game before they have Georgia next week. They don't want to lose this game and then have to play Georgia. A tough team to bounce back. So I mean, this can maybe be. This game is honestly Texas' season. This game is Texas' season if they lose.
Yeah,
because
you got to win a game like
if
this.
If you lose to Oklahoma, what makes you think they're going to beat Georgia?
Mm-hmm.
They're at home, but I'm going to say that right now. This Texas-Oklahoma game, this is Texas' season on the line. There's no doubt about it.
It's got to be. You got to win these games. You got to win these games. And then you got Georgia. I mean, well, all right, so here. What if they lose in some crazy fashion to Oklahoma and then beat Georgia?
Oh, then they're fine.
And then beat Vanderbilt.
Now, that's the crazy part. What if the craziest thing happens again, right? Right? Texas beats Oklahoma, beats Georgia, and then they lose to Vanderbilt.
Hey, I mean,
the Vanderbilt is sneaky.
Vanderbilt, I mean, they're only getting better. They kept tennis last year. I mean, hey, they beat Virginia Tech. They kept it close with Missouri, and they beat Alabama. They're going to have a test with Kentucky. That's like a prove it. That's a prove it game against Kentucky. But yeah, imagine they beat Texas.
I know.
Can you imagine?
I know. And Ole Miss and LSU, on both their seasons are on the line.
Yeah.
No team can, this is huge. Like, Ole Miss wins, that's huge for them. But if Ole Miss loses, I got a tough time having them make the playoff because they still got to face Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. 9-3 maybe? Going to LSU is tough. Going to LSU is very, very tough.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it. Ole Miss LSU is at 7:30 ABC. I'm going to take LSU. I think it's just such a hard environment to play.
It is. It really is.
I don't know if, this Ole Miss team is quite ready to walk in there and beat them. I don't know. Yeah. The way they've been playing the past few weeks, I don't know. We'll have to see. But I'm going to take LSU at home. I mean, that environment, it's scary. It's scary at night there, especially playing at LSU. So it's dangerous. And then game of the week right here. Number 2, Ohio State at number 3, Oregon. This game's at Oregon, 7:30 as well. So this is an incredible week. I can't wait. I'm going to go a really bold take here. The way Ohio State's been playing and how much I trust Oregon's defense, I'm going to take Ohio State to win this game by 14+.
Wow, okay.
I am.
All right.
I don't know. I got a weird feeling.
You think Will Howard can do it?
How can you stop Ime Ibuka? How can you stop Jeremiah Smith, who is on a flipping tear right now? I'm not saying Dylan Gabriel is a good quarterback, but can this defense hold up against this offense?
No.
I don't know. And the Ohio State defense is phenomenal.
In the running game?
Don't be surprised if Ohio State goes up 14-0 quick.
With that running game, you mentioned the receiving game with Smith and Ibuka. The running game, too, between Judkins and Henderson.
Yeah.
They're insane. I
mean, give me Ohio State by 14+.
Give me them, too.
I think.
Now, does Oregon exit the top 10? The loss?
It depends how close it is. Now, if they lose by 7 or lose by 3, no. Probably not. But personally, for Oregon, I think they're fine. I still think they go 11-1.
Okay.
And they got to play Michigan later in the year, Illinois, but I don't know. I'm not really worried about them against Michigan and stuff.
No.
But I think they'll make the play. I mean, listen, and they could win this game. I've been wrong a lot this year, so I don't really know how my takes have been doing. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited every week. The only thing I hate about it is like the college football playoff thing. Like the rankings don't come out till November. I was talking to my brother. I was like, I mean, there's not really a need for them to come out because like it only really matters like the last month of the season, and I get that, but like I kind of want to see like where people stand.
Absolutely.
Like I do,
Absolutely.
And that's kind of the tough part. And I mean, like I read off the AP poll. It's so bad. Like I mean, it's I like I said, I could do this on my own. Can make my own like top 12 teams that should be in. It's different this year because obviously you got like the four power conferences. Whoever wins their conference, they get in, and then it's like some like at-large bids, and then I don't know. The whole thing's kind of confusing, and it's gonna get a little bit of adjusting to figure out. And then this is kind of clutch. Like people who go to UMass, though, is like Missouri's playing UMass. I mean, Missouri's gonna smoke them, but like, I mean that's cool though. SEC school gets to go like travel to UMass. I mean, that's kind of cool.
Pretty cool.
It is. But I will say, I don't know if you've seen that Boise State running back.
Oh my
gosh. GT, dude, he's like he might win the Heisman.
And it's like it's not
and
just
if they went out, they're probably making the playoffs.
He is the Heisman. He is the Heisman because you don't even have to just look at the stats. It's like It's not like he's just like running through holes. Good running scheme he's taking advantage of. No, he's being He's breaking tackles in the backfield. He's breaking tackles at all three levels, and he's leading this country in rushing. It's incredible what he's doing. He's the Heisman undoubtedly right now. It's legit because, like I said, he's not just taking open holes in the blocking scheme. He's breaking tackles in the backfield at all three levels, leading the country. So he's the Heisman. Great point there.
Yeah, I mean the Heisman's like I think right now he is. I mean, obviously, like we'll see how like Quinn Ewers comes back from injury and everything, and then I'll see about that. But I mean, I don't know. Like this year, it's I never say this, but the championship is completely up for grabs. It is completely up for grabs. I don't think I see a team.
I mean, Texas.
Yeah, but then like look below them, Ohio State.
Yeah.
Look at Alabama. Look at Georgia. I mean, I hope really that's the
Penn
playoff.
State
And a team. Yeah, I mean, maybe, but they don't have an offense.
That's true.
So that's the thing. Like, I think they'll probably get in the playoff. I talked about it with some people. Like, they should finish 11-1. I mean, like I said, like that game's going to come up November 4th or 3rd, 2nd, whatever, when they play Ohio State. Obviously, it's a huge week for me. I look forward to that game every year. It's coming up soon. Their offense needs to get better. Now, if like Ohio State like whoops Oregon, I mean Ohio State's going to whoop Penn State. And I'm not like Penn State's defense is fine right now. They're going to play phenomenal against that Ohio State offense, I think. I mean, they've seen that team before. It's just up to Drew Aller. Because last year was the same thing. They could have won. Offense did nothing, man. Their O-line was horrendous. So, like, right now, I'm just like one game at a time.
Absolutely.
But every time I watch this team, it's like offense, you just got to get better each game. Looking ahead to that Ohio State game. Now, if they can beat Ohio State, championship, maybe. I mean, I don't know. Their defense is really good. If their offense is good, this is a championship team, but it's just not there yet.
Completely
And it's
agree.
like that all the time. Every year for this team. And I don't know. I can't get my hopes up for that.
Yeah, no, I feel you, dude. The quarterback position in the offense, it's not inspiring when you're stacking up with teams like Texas and Ohio State. I get it, dude.
But if I want to talk about a team here, and this is Indiana. The Indiana Hoosiers are 6-0.
Wow.
they got the James Madison coach, who is phenomenal. Every place he went, like I've seen a bunch of TikToks about it. He took a Division II job. He won there. It was a risk to take a Division II job because I think he had Division I offers, but then he went to James Madison, did unbelievable there. I mean, this team's 6-0. I mean, yeah, I can admit they've kind of had a cupcake schedule, but 42 points on UCLA. They just beat Maryland 42-28. They just beat Northwestern 41-24. I mean, hey, this offense can score points. They have Nebraska this week, which I didn't even mention. They got the bye. Then they got to prepare for Nebraska, but that game's at home. I mean, is Indiana going to make the playoffs? Think about that. Indiana football.
I don't know.
I mean, I was kind of high on Nebraska, but then I'm still kind of high on Nebraska. I don't know how good they are. This would be a huge win if they win in 2 weeks.
It'll be a big game.
But Indiana, they have to play Nebraska, which I think they could win.
Mm-hmm.
They have to play Washington, which will be a win. They have to play Michigan State, which will be a win. Michigan, Ohio State, Purdue, to the remaining schedule.
Mm-hmm.
10-2.
I don't know.
Maybe
I'm gonna be real.
Maybe.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Now
9-3.
Maybe. But yeah, I don't know. I can see them go 9-3. Like they could. I think if they beat Nebraska 10-2. Yeah, I think yeah. All right. 11-1's kind of crazy. I don't think I can go 11-1. But I don't know. I have to watch this team because I haven't watched them yet, and see how good they're. I mean, I haven't played anybody in the Big Ten yet.
That's true.
But I mean, what a year! What a first. We're 6 weeks in.
Yeah.
We're already at halfway through, pretty much almost. Just a lot of teams in the West. Like Iowa State's 5-0 right now. Colorado is still kind of in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
They only have a loss. They're not ranked right now. Illinois is still up there. Pittsburgh's 5-0. So BYU's 5-0. So there's definitely a lot of teams, but like championship caliber teams for me after week 6. Texas, Ohio State, Georgia, and honestly Alabama. Those are honestly my 4 teams that I think can win the championship. And personally, my opinion.
I'll go Ohio State. I'll go Texas. I'll go Alabama. I don't know, dude. I can't put Oregon in there. I can't put Georgia.
You could do the same as me, dude.
Yeah.
Honestly, you can't.
Like, when we're being real, those are the 4 teams.
I can't put now, I'll put Oregon there if they beat Ohio State.
Well, yeah, but
they
right
now,
haven't proven that. They haven't proven that. They've only proven backwards from that.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
But yeah, championship. 12 team playoffs. You don't know what's gonna happen. I really want to see Penn State host a home game because that's just an automatic whiteout for a playoff game. That'd be sick. That'd be sick.
Can you imagine, dude?
Can you imagine?
Oh my gosh.
And they just have that competitive advantage.
That'd be insane.
It's easy.
Incredible.
But yeah, Notre Dame's still in the mix somehow.
Hey, it's a lot better.
Clemson kind of looks back, honestly.
It's a lot better when there's not only 4 teams that can get in.
Dabo is, right now, I think Clemson's going to win the ACC. I keep changing my mind.
Yeah, I don't hate
Obviously, Boston college football is it's going to be BC and Syracuse. People probably think I'm crazy. Right now, I'm going to switch it to Clemson. Clemson, Miami's probably going to be the ACC championship. Listen, Miami's won. They've had a lot of scares. Clemson's been looking really good. They really have.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot about Dabo. Listen, we're only 5 weeks in, and I don't really want them to make the playoffs. I kind of hope they lose again, but the rest of their schedule: Wake Forest, Virginia, Louisville, Virginia Tech, Pittsburgh, who's undefeated right now, the Citadel, and then South Carolina. So, and this team could go 11-1. So, predictions right now. So, Big Ten championship. Probably right now, it's probably Ohio State, and I gotta look at this Big Ten right here. Ohio State and maybe Penn State. Maybe Penn State.
Maybe.
Honestly, I mean, I'm gonna say Ohio State and Penn State Big Ten championship.
All right.
SEC. Texas and Georgia, probably. But now, if Texas beats, because if Texas beats Georgia, I think it's either Texas, Georgia, or Texas, Bama. But right now, the way it's looking, SEC championship is probably going to be Texas and Bama. The way it's looking, because they already beat Georgia, and if Georgia loses to Texas, that's 2 losses in the SEC.
That's
play.
true. So it's gonna be Texas, Bama,
and then Big 12. I don't know. Big 12 is kind of all over the place. I don't even know if I can predict this right now. I'll say Utah and. Did Utah play Colorado yet? No.
I don't think so.
Who'd they lose to? Lost to Arizona. I'll go Utah and who's the other team? Kansas State. So that's my college football segment.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, we're excited. And then this week is huge. Next week is Texas, Georgia. And then I think the following week is this the week? Wait. Hold on. What is this? So, no. Next week is October 19th. That's Alabama, Tennessee. And Georgia, Texas. So both those games are on that day,
Wow.
which is crazy. And then, I mean, every week's getting better. There's no doubt about it.
Absolutely.
So, anyway, thanks for listening today.
Thank you, everybody, for listening. One thing, I want to say one more thing.
Yeah.
Just to end this show off, I still think the 49ers are the best team in the league. I think in the NFL, I think the 49ers still win the Super Bowl with, this core. There's no way they come out of this core in this era without a Super Bowl. I think they get it with Brock Purdy. I think McCaffrey comes back this year. The Kittle, Debo, Ayuk, Purdy, they all get healthy. Fred Warner, both on the other side of football. Kyle Shanahan finally gets to Super Bowl. Don't give up on the 49ers. McCaffrey is going to come back, and they're going to win the Super Bowl. But yeah, that's all it is.
Wow, that's crazy.
We'll see. They're
All
in the Jets for my preseason pick. I'm on the Jets. I'm not on the Niners. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Have a good day.
Have a good one.